Hey everyone, it's Eric here with my 10.5 months on testosterone update. Sorry there wasn't a 9-month update, but I hadn't started shots back then and there wasn't anything to talk about, so I figured I would just wait a month and then maybe there would be something. And there has been. First thing, my voice dropped. I know, I don't even need to look at my other videos, I know my voice has dropped significantly since my 8 months. So, my voice continues to crack almost in every single sentence, every time I sing. It's really kind of embarrassing, but it's also like, wow, my voice is actually going to continue to get deeper? Okay, great. Since then, like I said, I have started the shots. My first shot was the day before Thanksgiving. I couldn't bring myself to do the shot for some reason. I don't have a fear of needles, so I don't know. I mean, I was really just afraid that I was going to hit a bone or like a blood vessel because I don't have like any fat anywhere on my body, so a needle that's like this long going into any part of my body is kind of like, how am I not gonna hit something? So I ended up having my landlord do my shot because her son has diabetes and she has to give him insulin shots, so it was like, oh great, you can help me, right? And she was like, yeah, fine, whatever. And then she did my second shot as well, which I had this past Wednesday, so sometime last week. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to do my next shot myself. If I can't, then it's just one phone call away from getting it. So, can't say that I'm a fan of doing the every other week. Yeah, it's nice to have less injections, but I've been extremely moody since I started. I don't know if that's gonna start to, like, subside, if it's gonna calm down after a while. It's kind of ridiculous. I'll go from, like, wanting to cry to just extremely angry to depressed and sad, and none of the, like, I'm not having any positive emotions. I'll have, like, maybe 5 minutes of me being actually happy, and then I'm back to some horrible emotion again. So if that doesn't calm down before my appointment, I think I have one at the end of January with my doctor, and I'm going to do blood tests, blah blah blah. But if it doesn't change before then, I'm going to try and go to weekly. As much as I would hate to do that, I'm going to do it. So, let's see what happens. But other than that, nothing in the facial hair department. I think I have like one new hair. It hasn't really been doing anything, so oh well. I won't shave it. I refuse. All of my little hairs are up to like an inch long now. They're getting lengthy. You can kind of see them now. But I'm not gonna shave them. So I think I've had like an increase in muscle. I mean, obviously it had to have because I've gained 10 pounds while simultaneously losing all the fat on my body since starting T. So obviously I've been gaining muscle, but like I feel like it's more noticeable, especially in my chest. Like I've noticed a lot of chest muscle and like shoulder muscle. Like this entire area is just getting beefed up. Maybe even some in my neck, probably. I haven't looked, I haven't compared, but it feels like I'm getting bigger in this general region. So that's kind of interesting. Could be useful for when I eventually, years from now, get to have top surgery. But I thought that was kind of weird. Also, maybe on my back, but, you know, I don't look at my back too often, so it's hard to compare it. But other than that, I also think that, like, my wrists, as weird, like, nobody ever mentions their wrists, but I feel like my wrists have gotten more masculine, and, like, my hands have gotten more masculine. Like, they weren't super dainty and feminine before, but, I don't know, it's nice. Nice little change. I feel like I've been really, really hungry lately. Like, I was expecting that when I first started on testosterone, but because I was on such a low dose, I was maybe, like, super hungry for, like, a week after starting T, and then it just went away completely. But now it's, like, it's back, it's fun, everything's fun. I don't think I've gotten any taller, since I'm sure I'll get that question eventually, if anybody actually pays attention to my YouTube. I think I supposedly gained, like, a couple, like a half an inch or something maybe, but I don't believe that. I think that was just, you know, human error between two different doctors measuring me, so I'm just going to say that I haven't grown, My feet haven't grown, my feet are big enough as it is. If my feet grow any more, I'm going to have to get like a foot reduction. My feet are huge. For as short as I am, my feet are just massive. It's great. I feel like my hairline is still receding, but it's not horrible. I can deal with it. I just don't want it to really recede any more than it already has, because then it'll start looking funky. So I probably won't do anything about it. I can't right now, so if it happens, there's nothing I can do about it. I'll have to deal with it. Yeah, I feel like that's all of the changes that I've had. So really, I guess I have like maybe 1 or 2 little updates, life updates. Since my 8 months, I have been re-accepted into the Cleveland Institute of Art. On Thursday, I'm going to like a little financial aid session kind of thing, and I'm gonna get the ball rolling on going to college in August. And as you can see from the background, I moved again because the house, or my mother's boyfriend that I would have told you about back in my 8 months, broke up with her, and that day just like kicked us out. We had a 2-hour warning basically to get all of our stuff out and leave. So he was really, really nice about that. And my mother was homeless for like a month and a half before we got this place. And I love it here. It's super nice, and yes. I'll probably be filming the rest of my videos down in the basement because everybody's upstairs. And the basement's nice enough to where I feel like I could film down there. But you're gonna get to see my furnace, so it'll be great. So that's everything I have for 10.5 months on T. If you didn't know, my actual 10 months was on the 6th. Today's the 15th, I think, so I'm a little late, but it's okay. I wanted to wait and see how the shots would work, and I'll tell you right now, they actually kind of hurt. Both of my shots burned the entire time they were there, and I think I inject a whole milligram, so it's a really long shot, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, this burns like if you got stung by a bee for like a minute solid. That's kind of how it feels for me. But I think that's because I have to raise my arm up, so I'm actually using the muscles that she's injecting into for her to be able to do my shot. So hopefully that won't happen, because I know I'm so horribly sore in that area for about 3 days straight afterwards. I mean, 2 days ago I was still sore, and I would wake up in the middle of the night constantly because I would try to roll over on that side, because that's where I would usually sleep, is on my left side, and it would wake me up because it would hurt so bad. So I need to figure out how to make this not happen, but I'll talk about that probably at my like 11 months or 11 and a half. We'll see what happens there. I'm out of time, so I will see you all next month.